You're standing in your kitchen, phone in one hand, kettle in the other, and something roughly the weight of a washing machine backs into your legs and sits down on your feet. Not beside you, on you. Then it exhales, this long, rumbling sigh, and settles, and now you are furniture, and you're not going anywhere until the dog decides otherwise. If you own a Rottweiler, you already know that moment. If you're thinking about getting one, nobody warned you about it, because almost everything written about this breed is written from the outside looking in. You get the reputation, you get the warnings, you get the same 3 paragraphs about strength and guarding that get copied around the internet. What you don't get is the actual daily reality of living with one. The small, specific, deeply weird things Rottweilers do that other dogs simply do not do. So that's what this is. 6 ways this breed operates on completely different wiring from the dog next door. Not the surface level stuff, the things that change how you train, how you read your dog, and how you keep them healthy. Stay with me to number 5 especially, because misreading that one is the single most common way good owners accidentally break a great Rottweiler. Let's get into it. Number 1. They communicate through body pressure, not proximity. Most dogs want to be near you. Your Rottweiler wants to be touching you, and specifically wants to be applying weight. This is the lean. It's not a snuggle, and it's not clinginess in the way a lapdog is clingy. Your Rottweiler will walk up, turn around, and press their full body weight against your shins, your hip, the back of your knees. They'll sit on your feet. They'll shove their head between your legs and stand there. A Labrador leans on you because they're happy. A Rottweiler leans on you because leaning is a sentence and they're saying something with it. The reason is that this breed was built to move livestock by physically displacing it, not by nipping heels like a border collie, not by circling and staring, by walking directly into an animal 10 times their size and pushing it where it needed to go. That's a full contact job, and the instinct to use body weight as a communication tool never left the breed. Which is why your Rottweiler also body blocks. Watch them next time a delivery arrives or a stranger walks up on the street. They won't lunge and they won't hide. They will quietly reposition themselves so their body is between you and the thing. Sometimes they'll do it so smoothly you don't notice until you try to walk forward and find 100 pounds of dog occupying the exact square of floor you wanted. Here's what to do with this. Don't punish the lean. But don't let it become a habit you can't interrupt either, because a dog that pushes into you whenever it feels uncertain becomes a dog that pushes you off balance on a staircase. Teach a clean off or back cue early, use it casually and often, and reward the release rather than the contact. And when your Rottweiler leans on you during a thunderstorm or at the vet, let them. That's them handling stress the only way their body knows how. Number 2. The rumble is a conversation, not a threat. The first time your Rottweiler grumbles at you, your stomach will drop. It's a low, rolling, engine idling sound that comes from somewhere deep in the chest, and to anyone who hasn't lived with the breed, it sounds exactly like a growl building towards something bad. Rott owners call it the Rotty rumble, the grumble, the purr, and it usually means the dog is delighted. This is genuinely unusual. Most breeds have a fairly clean split between happy vocalizations, whines, huffs, play barks, and warning vocalizations. Rottweilers blur that line constantly. They rumble when you scratch the right spot behind the ear, they rumble when you come home, they rumble while chewing, while being brushed, while flopping onto a bed. Some of them talk almost continuously, holding entire monologues of grunts and groans over dinner prep. You need to be able to tell the difference, and the difference is almost never in the sound, it's in the body. A happy rumble comes with a loose, wobbling body, a soft face, half-closed eyes, a wagging back end, and a dog that's actively moving towards you. A genuine warning growl comes with stillness. The body goes rigid, the weight shifts forward or back, the mouth closes tight, the eyes go hard and fixed on a target, and everything stops moving. Loose and loud is fine. Silent and stiff is the one to respect. This matters more than it sounds, because a lot of Rottweilers get corrected or rehomed over happy rumbling. Someone hears the noise, assumes aggression, punishes the dog, and now you've taught a dog to stop vocalizing. That's a disaster because you've just deleted the early warning system. A dog that's been punished for making noise goes quiet, and a quiet dog skips straight from uncomfortable to reacting with nothing in between. Let your Rottweiler talk. Learn the body language instead. Number 3, an adult body wrapped around a toddler brain. By 8 to 9 months old, your Rottweiler will look like a fully grown dog. Broad chest, heavy head, serious face, a size and presence that makes people cross the street. And mentally, they're still a puppy, and they're going to stay that way for a long time. Rottweilers are among the slowest maturing dogs you'll ever own. Physical growth runs well past a year, and mental maturity often doesn't land until somewhere between 2 and 3 years old. That mismatch is the single biggest frustration for new owners, because the world starts treating your dog like an adult roughly 18 months before their brain gets the memo. You've got a 90-pound animal with the impulse control of a toddler, the mouthiness of a teething puppy, and no concept whatsoever of how much space they take up. This is also why the adolescent phase hits so hard around 10 to 16 months. Recall that was perfect at 6 months evaporates. The dog who never counterserved discovers the counter. Nothing has gone wrong, the brain is remodeling, and you simply have to keep showing up with the same rules until it finishes. There's a physical side to this too, and it's important. Those growth plates stay open longer than they do in a small breed, and heavy impact before they close puts real strain on developing joints in a breed already predisposed to hip and elbow problems. So during that first 18 months, go easy on the repetitive high-impact stuff. Long jogs on pavement, jumping in and out of vehicles, stairs over and over, hard turns on slick floors. Swimming, sniff walks, and short controlled play are your friends. Build the brain hard and the body gently, and reverse that order after 2 years old.
Number 4, they are soft under the armor. This one contradicts everything the breed's reputation would lead you to expect, and getting it wrong ruins more Rottweilers than any other mistake. Rottweilers are intensely handler sensitive. They read your emotional state with uncomfortable accuracy, and they take correction personally in a way that most breeds don't. Raise your voice at a beagle, and the beagle shrugs and carries on being a beagle. Raise your voice at a Rottweiler, and you'll watch the whole dog change. Head drops, body goes low and still, eyes go away from you, and something shuts down behind the face. They don't forget it either. That interaction gets filed. Push harder, and one of 2 things happens, and neither is good. Some Rottweilers fold into a shut-down, hesitant dog that stops offering behavior at all because offering has become risky. Others, usually the more confident ones, stop trusting your judgment and start making their own decisions about what's safe, which in a dog this powerful is exactly the outcome nobody wants. So the training approach that works with this breed is calm, clear, consistent, and boring. Low voice, same rules every single day from every single person in the house. Reward heavily for the behavior you want and interrupt the behavior you don't with information rather than intimidation. Your Rottweiler wants to get it right. They are enormously biddable when they trust you, but they need to feel safe enough to try. And the flip side of that sensitivity is a gift. Because they read you so precisely, your calm becomes their calm. Stay relaxed when the doorbell goes, and you'll be amazed how much of your dog's reaction you're actually controlling with your own shoulders. Number 5, they evaluate first and react second. Watch a golden retriever meet a stranger. The tail goes before the brain does. Now watch a Rottweiler meet the same stranger, and you'll see something completely different. A pause. Your Rottweiler stops, looks, and assesses. They'll take in the person, take in you, take in what you're doing, and only then decide how to feel about it. That gap, anywhere from a second to a full minute, is where most people misread this breed entirely. They see a dog that isn't wagging and assume hostility. What's actually happening is processing. This is why Rottweilers are described as aloof with strangers rather than unfriendly. They aren't rejecting new people, they simply don't hand out affection as a greeting reflex. Trust with this breed is issued slowly and then held for life. Someone your Rottweiler has decided about in week 1 will still be on that list in year 8. What this means practically is that socialization for a Rottweiler looks different from socialization for a friendly by default breed. You're not trying to get your dog to love everyone. That's not the goal, and it's not realistic. You're trying to build a dog whose default answer to something new is a neutral shrug rather than a decision. So you want lots and lots of low-pressure exposure. Strangers who ignore your dog completely, novel surfaces, umbrellas, wheelchairs, hats, loud vehicles, all at a distance where your dog stays relaxed and gets paid for being calm. And please don't let people crowd them. Strangers reaching over the head of a Rottweiler mid-assessment is a genuinely bad idea. Your dog is allowed to be neutral. Neutral is the win. Number 6. The medical blind spots nobody mentions. Every breed has a health list. Rottweilers have a couple of items on theirs that are unusual enough that your average dog owner has never heard of them, and both are things you can act on. The first is puppy vaccination. Rottweilers, along with a handful of other black and tan breeds, are recognized as having a poorer than average antibody response to parvovirus vaccination. Maternal antibodies interfere for longer, and the immune response can lag, which means a Rottweiler puppy that has finished a standard vaccine series may still not be fully protected. This is why many vets extend the Parvo series in this breed, sometimes running a final booster later than the standard schedule and occasionally checking antibody levels. Ask your vet about it specifically. Don't assume the default protocol is the right one for your dog. The second is heat. That dense double coat, plus a dark heat-absorbing base color, plus a heavy muscular body, makes your Rottweiler far worse at shedding heat than they look. They will happily work themselves into trouble on a warm afternoon because their willingness outlasts their cooling system. Walk early, walk late, check the pavement with your hand, and treat panting that doesn't settle within a few minutes of rest as a real signal rather than background noise. Beyond those two, stay on top of joints, keep them lean. Extra weight is brutal on this frame, and take any sudden limp in an adult seriously enough to get it imaged rather than waiting it out. A Rottweiler isn't a bigger, sterner version of a normal dog. It's a dog that communicates with its body weight, talks in a voice that sounds like a warning, carries a puppy's brain in an adult's frame for years, feels your tone far sharper than it lets on, thinks before it reacts, and quietly runs hotter than it should. Get those 6 things right, and you get one of the steadiest, funniest, deeply attached companions in the entire dog world. Now I want to hear from you. If you've got a Rottweiler, tell me in the comments what your dog rumbles about most. And if you learned something here, hit that subscribe button and the bell, because we go this deep on a different breed every single week, and the next one might be yours. Thanks for watching.